hard practice, good week, off week. Like the attitude. I've gotten better, in my opinion, in some areas. It's got to continue. Hopefully we'll continue next week. Question?
How is Everett grasping when you're saying, leaving a couple plays on the field? Is he kind of seeing what those plays are?
I hope so. We'll find out. He needs to do a much better job, though. He needs to do a much better job.
How's the offensive line looked after struggling a bit on Saturday?
Better this week. I blocked our guys. I went at our guys and inside run and pass pro and team stuff have done a better job in that. And our guys are pretty good.
Jimbo, Mario Penner's not here?
No, Mario's in the hospital. He got a collapsed lung the other day in practice. It's running in the back of one of his own guys. And he's doing good. He should be out of the hospital today. And there's a possibility they said he'll play in 10 to 12 days, so I don't know. But he saw him in the hospital last night. A freak thing. Just a bump. Wasn't even a hard shot. He's running back with his guys, made a cut. One of his linemen come back and he did it. He kept on going. Mac just said he had trouble breathing. That collapsed lung.
You said 10 to 12 days to play? Or
I don't know. That's what they said, possibility.
I thought we saw him coming
No, playing, yes.
I thought we saw him coming off the field. Was he
Today?
No, yesterday. Did he stay?
No, he wasn't. No, he was in it yesterday. He was
going.
going yesterday. It happened day before.
Tuesday.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. He stayed out here. And he just felt uncomfortable. Then they took him in the hospital, and found out he had it.
It sounds like it'd be a scary thing.
It would. Usually you have broke ribs. I'm talking about nothing. There's 1,000 hits a day out there that in practice that are but things happen.
Jim's defense has definitely had a lot more renewed motivation. How much of that is Charles Kelly and the work Brad Long as well has done?
Charles has done a great job. Charles is the coordinator, and he's done a great job of getting things in line, and our assistant coaches have done a good job. But our kids are playing hard. They've taken the coaching, and the key to this defense in a lot of ways, you got a lot of 4th and 5th year guys that have stepped. It's almost like old school stuff. You had the great players. Jalen, those guys are doing a great job. But Terrence Smith's the 5th year guy is really emerging. Giorgio's really emerging. LaMarcus Brutus is really emerging. Niall Lawrence is coming in that 5th year. Those older guys have really, not the only guy, but they're really making that thing. Tyler Hunter. You get a lot of those guys on there, and they're really playing like 4th and 5th year guys. Very proud of those guys.
When you can sprinkle in young guys like Derwin or Roderick.
Exactly right. You got all the other guys that mixed in. Those older guys staying constant. It's a great mix. And Josh Sweat and all those other guys inside Noddy and all those guys, and then you get Pugh and just so on and so it goes. And Reggie Northrop's another 5th year guy. Older guy. Those guys, when you got those older guys, it matters because they know how to play. They know how to play situations. You know what I mean?
Do you think after last season that they just want to prove themselves?
Well, I don't know if they want to prove. I don't think you always want to prove yourself. Nobody's down on what they did last year. I'm not at all. That's just what you do as a player. And as you get older, you play better.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but since you took over in 2010, and you guys have the most wins of anybody in college football. You were tied with Alabama, and then they lost. What does that mean to you? And
hopefully we're doing the right things. I had no idea. That's great. That's what we want to do to be successful. But hopefully now we got to do it again.
Was Trey Marshall out here today?
Yeah. Was it? Practice, the whole practice. Why?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's down there.
No. Why you not?
I missed him.
He ain't even been here. He was there the whole time. He had a great practice, matter of fact. I noticed him 3 or 4 times. He didn't say, wait a minute. I thought I saw Trey Marshall out there making plays.
Is Hofeld coming back to?
Hofeld's doing a really good job. You start to see some experience in him now, playing really good football. And he's healthy, the calls and experience, and doing a really good job.
Last year, was that in hindsight early for him to?
Oh, just like it is for Martini. You're throwing guys in the fire now before they have to. You know what I'm saying? That's just the scenario we go through. But it is. As a freshman now, in another year, calls, things. He's done a nice job last week and a half.
Is it almost like a blessing in disguise that he's able to get out there last year and get those reps?
No doubt. You say they ain't ready, but you want those guys to do it. You know what I mean?
The line's tough for a young guy, but especially that center position.
It's like all the calls, then the physicality of those shades and those big bodies. It's tough. It's extremely tough.
All right, we good?
We're good.